Hello guys, my name is Athat and in this video we're gonna be learning about loops in C++. Now guys, loops are very interesting and a very useful concept in programming. Not in robotics really, but in programming, right? But we use them a lot in programs of robotics also, right? So loops are very common in programming, right? They're used to do many things, right? And because of this, it becomes a very important topic to learn, right? So whether you are wanting to learn robotics or not, but you should learn loops, okay? Because they are a very good concept which I used very much, okay? So without any further explanation of this, like why should you learn loops and those all things, let me just get straight to the thing and just start with the slides, okay? So what are loops? Okay, so in computer programming, a loop is a sequence of instructions that is continuously repeated until a certain condition is reached. Okay. Now, what does this mean? Like a loop, when you hear of a loop in general, right? What comes to your mind is a thing which is getting repeated again and again. As the name suggests, in programming also this is the case, but a little bit different. So what are loops? The loops in programming are that a certain type of instruction, set of instruction or a code, a certain block of code or piece of code is executed again and again, right? When a certain until a certain condition is not satisfied or reached. Okay, so this is just saying this only, right? This line. Let me just write it. So in computer programming, a loop is a sequence of instructions that is continuously repeated until a certain condition is satisfied or reached. Okay, so what is it? It is just a set of instruction or code which is executed again and again till a particular condition is reached or satisfied. Okay, guys. So I hope you understood whatever I have underlined till now, okay, or explained you to now, okay. Typically, a certain process is done, such as getting an item of data. So it is just an example, okay. So let me just change the color, and I hope you are able to see the colors properly now, guys, because till now I was facing some issue to show you the correct colors, but now I hope this is red, so you must be able to see this red, and this is blue, so you should be able to see this blue. Okay, so um let's just focus on this. So typically certain, so it is just giving example, right? That what is mostly done inside a loop, right? It is just like changing the value of a variable, right? Incrementing it, decrementing it, right? Or till, or for example, right, there is a counter until the time it reaches here, till the time you know. Okay. So let's say now you must not be able to understand what I'm saying. Okay, because I'm also not able to understand. So what it is saying is it's just giving examples, right? What in what all scenarios we can use loops, right? So it is saying, telling that in what all scenarios are loops used, right? It is used for getting an item of data, right, and changing it, right? So let's say you have a list, right, which we will learn in the later videos. So stick to the series. So it's just getting an item of data, right? The data type is list, and we can get each and every item of the list. Okay, so we can use it for those purposes. We can change, increment or decrement a value, right, of a variable, and then kind of a timer also, right? That is also mainly working on loops. Yeah, or mainly they are only working on loops, right? Because they have a condition, right? Till the time it doesn't reach 60, just keep on doing it again. And when it reaches 60, just they have another loop, right? So this is the thing, and they are using conditions also over there. If you the conditional statements, right? So if you haven't learned about them, just learn it, right? I have posted many videos in it, you know. So these are just examples, okay, right? But the main thing which I wanted to explain you is that this thing, okay, that loops are just a piece of code, or it is just a set of instruction which is like continuously repeated, right? Till a certain condition is satisfied. Just remember these things, okay? Just these starting four lines, okay? One, two, three, four, and that two till here, okay? Only till here, and you can kind of just ignore all this thing, है ना? But you have to just pay attention on this part, okay? All right, guys. So I hope you understood like what are loops, right? And where can they be used. Now there are different type of loops, guys, in C++, and not only in C++, but mainly in all the programming languages. There are two type of loops. Okay, right? Two types. Now what are the two types? So there are mainly two types of loops in C++. They are while loop and for loop, right? And some of you who have already learned some other languages previously, right? They must be knowing about all these concepts, right? What are while loop, for loop, but syntax, guys. The main thing is syntax, which we will learn. And one more thing, guys. In this video, we will be only understanding about the main theory we are gonna learn about in this video. Okay, so the video might be little bit short, but very knowledgeable. Okay, guys. Carrying on. So there are two type of loops: while loop, for loop, right? Now we will understand while loop. Okay. So what is a while loop? While loop repeats a statement of a statement or a group of statements while a given condition is true. It tests the condition before executing the loop for loop. Okay. So what is happening is, guys, as we learned about the condition statement, let's just think of a scenario. Okay, like if let's say we have a condition. Okay, condition. Okay. Oh man, it's so difficult to write. You must not be able to understand also. Okay, we have this condition, and here is some code. Okay, here is some code and semicolon, obviously. Now, what you want is that if this condition is true, this will obviously get executed, but only once. But what you are wanting is till the time this condition is true, we want to keep running this code, right? We want to run it again and again, right? So like a cycle, boom, 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 till it is true. And when it get false, just ignore it, right? Just stop it, okay? So this is while loop, right? And to and because in if we can't repeat the or execute the code again and again, and for that only while loop was made, okay, guys? So let me just clear the screen. Okay, so what does while loop do? It just first of all checks the condition which you are in, right? If it is true, it will just keep on executing the code inside which is given till the time we want, right? Till the time it the given condition doesn't get false. Okay, so this is the thing, right? If this is true, just execute that code. Because in if we can't execute the code again and again in a loop, so that's why we use the while loop. Because inside the while loop, first it checks the condition, right? If it is true, it will just keep on executing the code inside again and again, again and again. And when the given condition gets false, then it stops. Okay, guys. So this was the main thing of the while loop. And guys, guess what? While loop and for loop are just opposite, right? And you will just get to know this in just a second when I will start explaining for loop. Okay, guys. So yeah, this is very interesting, guys, right? I am very excited. Okay. So I hope you got this right. You just check the condition, right? Let's say, let me just show you the syntax, right? So you just write while here. Now I'm not writing whole condition, so I'm just writing con. Okay. Now I'm just curly braces. Okay. And then the code. You see, very much similar to the if statement. What happens is that instead of just running it only once, it just runs again and again. Okay, syntax is very similar to the if one only. Okay, guys. So just while instead of if, just do while. Okay, and the code which you want will get executed again and again till the condition is true. When it get false, it will just stop. Okay, guys. So I hope you understood the while loop. Okay, guys. Now comes the for loop, which in beginning, let me be very honest, I was also very confused for it. But later, when I understood it, it was very easy concept, guys. And I will try to explain you the same way in which I got understood. Okay, so let's start. So for loop. For loop executes a sequence of statements multiple times and abbreviates the code that manages the loop variable. Okay, guys. So what is it saying? So what happens in for loop is that you just pass in a variable. Okay, you just pass in a variable in the for loop in the starting one, right? And you kind of just increment or decrement the variable in the for loop. Okay. Now what happens is that guys, you're just checking for the value of time. Okay. Now, as you saw, while was very similar to if, and if you are just with me, then you must be relating for loop, right? For loop to switch case, because that is the main thing, guys. So you see, guys, how things are related. Now let me explain. Half of you must have understood it till now, but let me tell. So what happens in a for loop is that you pass in a variable, and the main thing is that variable only, guys. Because, right, guys. So if a particular condition related to that variable gets true, okay, if it gets true, then it will stop, and if it is false, it will keep on executing us. Okay, so the main difference is this only, right? It is very much similar to the switch case, right? Same thing. If you are just working with a switch case, right, and you want to execute the code again and again and again based on the variable key value, okay, so you can use it for loop, right? Because you can just check with the check in the condition one only, right? While passing it that let's say there is a variable I which you're passing the value with zero. Okay, entire zero. Now I we are saying that it will get incremented by one, right? And if you want to increment one number by one, what we use? Let's say the var. Okay, var, and then after it we just do plus plus, which will be incremented by 1. Okay, and this is equivalent to var is equal to var plus 1. So very handy, guys. Okay, so this is the thing. So we just pass in a variable, we just decrement it or increment it. Okay, and then we just perform a condition on that variable. Okay, related to that variable, right? Till the time this is getting till the time this condition will be false, it will get executed. The whole code will get executed again and again. And whenever it gets true, then it will stop executing. Okay. So for loop executes a sequence of statement multiple times and abbreviates the code that manages the loop variable. Okay. So this means this only that based on the loop variable, right? It is also called that variable which we are passing is called the loop variable, right? Based on that loop variable and the condition which we pass to according to it, the, the main thing is according to that only, right? According to that, it happens. And why they are opposite, right? The main thing which I was saying. So they are opposite because the in the while loop, while the condition is true, the code is executed, and in the for loop, while while this what we say the condition is false, then the code keeps on getting executed. Okay, guys. So this is the thing, and in the next videos, we will just practically seeing this while loop, for loop with examples. Okay, with programs. So guys, this was only a theory video, as I told you, and there is one doubt in my mind till now. Okay, which I will tell you in the next video. Okay, and okay, let me just tell you right now only. So what that thing is, if we pass a different condition, if we are passing a condition which which doesn't include that loop variable, right? The loop variable in the condition, will it throw error or not? Okay, guys. So what now I am planning is that I will also see its solution. Okay, guys. Or let me think. Okay, let's just think practically. Is the loop very does the loop variable does matter to this? Okay, okay. So okay, let me just try. Okay, I think that the loop, if we are not including the loop variable in the condition, then oh, okay, guys. Oh, sorry, guys. Throughout the video, I was saying one thing incorrect. That for loop and while loop have one thing in common. Okay, that when till the time condition is true, then the code is executed, and when it is false, then it is not executed. And actually, I now excellently I was seeing that there is some thing. I was just watching the video, and I just got to know that I was saying this incorrect, right? So just guys, don't get confused. For loop for loop also, while the condition is true, then the condition the whole code is executed, and when it gets false it just get false, it is just not executed. Okay, guys. And coming to the second thing, this loop variable one thing, so I just tried this, and what I got is that it is not very necessary that the loop variable should be inside the condition. Okay, guys. So guys, I hope you are not getting confused and you understood what I explained. Okay, basically what I wanted to tell you is that about loops, right? And don't just get confused, right? That for while loop and for loop are different. No, that condition thing is same, right? If the condition is true, then the code will get. Yeah, guys, sorry for the disturbance. So what I was saying, that if the condition is true, then the code is executed, and when it gets false, it is just not getting executed. It just stops getting executed. And second thing, in the for loop, the loop variable is not very. It is not very necessary that the loop variable must be inside the condition. Okay, guys. Huh. Okay, guys. So this is the thing. I hope you didn't got confused by the things which I said, right? And you understood whatever I explained. Okay, guys. So yeah, if you like this video, just hit on the like button, right? And yeah, if you have any feedbacks, just comment in the comment section, right? Just tell me in the comment section. If you want your friend also to learn about robotics, just send this series to them. Okay, guys. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.